Hi everybody, I'm Dina, yoga and nutrition, and today we're going to do some hip openers. Okay, I hope you're having a great day and just tuning in to a nice short video today just to open up our hips. So we're going to start with a nice deep breath work. So inhale through the nose, let your belly expand, and exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. We're going to sit for a moment, bring your intentions to your mind, what you want to bring into your day, and sit with that for a moment and then let it go, and just let the breath flow naturally as you sit into a nice meditation for a minute. Nice job. That was 1 minute. Were you able to sit through it? Clear the mind. If you could do that for 2 to 5 minutes, that's amazing. You could do that every day and build upon it. Meditation is so good for you. It helps to relax you, brings your blood pressure down, it brings anxiety down, it just helps to bring the body into one unit. And that's what yoga is about. It's about being one with yourself. Okay? So today we're going to open up the hips a little bit. I have my legs in cross-legged, but I'm going to bring my feet together. See if you can do that. If it's difficult for you for your hips, you can sit on a block, on a pillow, on a blanket, anything that helps to open your hips up a little bit more, and it's not a strain, it's not uncomfortable. You can also do this from a chair and putting another chair in front of you, and if you can't get on the floor, and that way you can bring the legs into a nice comfortable position and not having to go onto the floor. Okay, so modify where you need to. When you get your feet together, if you can come on the floor, start to bounce the knees a little bit. You can move the body forward and just feel that nice stretch and expansion. Take your breaths with you. Good. Now bring one arm behind you, and the other hand is just going to press down right around your knee area. Nice and gently, just a little bit of pressure. And release and bring it to the other side. And just nice little bit of pressure, just getting a deeper stretch. You're doing great. Good. I want you to bring one hand underneath your ankle and grab your foot, and I want you to see if you can lift your leg. So just lifting it, even if it's an inch or so. If not, that's okay. You could just skip it and just keep stretching those hips. And just try to move the leg around and just working that joint in the hip to lubricate it with some circulation, right? We're just getting some lubrication in there and we're just stretching it out. And this side, the other leg, may be different. You might be able to do it more or less. Just, it's a great observation to know which hip is a little bit tighter than the other. This is also great for golf. Really helps to open up the hips for your golf game, for your swing. So I like to talk about yoga for golfers a lot. We did one class for golfers if you'd like to check it out. All right, we're going to bring the legs down and we're going to bring them out into a straddle. And so again, you can bring them as where it's comfortable. Sitting on something will be a little bit alleviating for the hips if you need that. And then just try to move forward and just try to move a little bit You'll find that beautiful stretch in the hamstrings, behind the knees. If you flex your feet, you'll get it in the arch of your feet and in the calves possibly, depending on how deep you go. And then you could start to open up the arms and bring them over to one side and exhale over to the other side. So you're really finding a full body stretch here, going into the hips, to the back, and just go where it feels good to you. Don't have to follow me. You can do your own little movements, finding that space that works just for you. And as you do this, maybe as a weekly practice, you will notice that you will get some relief in your hips and you'll find more space, and then hopefully build upon that. And then you can start to turn it. As you start to release, your muscles will get a little bit easier to go deeper into the stretch. So you can just turn it and really feel that beautiful lengthening behind the legs. Back to forward. Maybe dropping the head and giving it a little sway. And then bringing it back up. Nice job. Bringing your feet back together, giving it that release. And we're going to bring the feet forward. And we're going to draw the hands underneath the ankles if you can. If that's not possible, then just bring the hands on top of the feet, okay? But this will really give a beautiful stretch going into the back and the hips, hopefully finding a little bit more space in a different area. So you'll notice that'll be tight, and then this will start to help just give it some movement to stretch it out, bring some blood flow there. It just really feels nice. And tuning into your breath. Dropping your head if it's comfortable. And bring it back up. Nice job, everybody. Bring the legs out nice and straight. Flex and point. Squeeze the toes. Flex and point. And we want to always give those toes attention, right? We want those toes to be nice and open and move. We don't want them to get all creaky and bent. So the key to that is to really looking after your feet and your toes, massaging them, getting the blood flow in between the toes, bringing your fingers in between the toes. That is a really great way to keep those toes nice and healthy. And so start to find that stretch. You can even massage the legs as you move forward and back. That's always a great way to bring some great circulation in. And tapping, I like to talk about tapping, and you don't have to tap hard, but that tapping helps your lymphatic system, helps the fluids moving through the lymphatic system a little bit better if they're getting a little sluggish. So we like to tap a little bit, and we'll talk about tapping in another video. And we're going to bring our arms up. Inhale, flex your feet, and then come down as far as you can. You're going to feel that. That's a big, tight area. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, up. And bring it forward. So what I'm going to do now is just a little bit of a strengthener before we go deep into the hips. So I'm going to turn onto my mat here. And I'm going to bring my legs out nice and straight, arms behind you. Again, you can turn your hands in or out. We've talked about that, whatever is comfortable for your wrists. And we're just going to lift the hips up and drop the head back, making sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders so you don't extend it and then put pressure on your shoulders, okay? If this isn't comfortable for you, then you can skip it. But I like to bring it up, bring the hips up, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs, and then bring it down. Inhale, bring it up, squeeze and hold, and bring it down. Now you can lift one leg and bring it out. And this is just strengthening inside those hip areas. Bring it up, your other leg, bring it out. Again, you can bring your hips down. The glutes can be on the floor when you do this. If it's not comfortable to lift up, it's hard on your arms. So as you do that, you want to build upon it again to get it stronger. So challenge yourself and then bring it down. Good. Bring the knees up and drop your arms over, drop your head down. This will give you a nice relaxing stretch to the spine. Let your breath come down. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to do pigeon. So pigeon pose on the floor is really a beautiful hip opener. So all right, I'm going to do it this way so you can see me. So I'm going to bring my left leg forward and my right leg back. Now, a couple of different ways to do this. You can bring the foot all the way into the groin and stretch the right leg back, okay? Now, if that isn't comfortable, go into a comfortable position. You can put like a little towel underneath your knee if there's any pressure there. And you just really want to find the space that works for you so you can stay there in a long period of time. The longer you can stay there, the more, the more your body is going to adapt to that space and open it up. Okay, so we really want to take some time into this space here. So if this is where you can go and that's it, then just stay right there. If you can drop down a little deeper, or all the way, that is where you want to go, and you want to stay there for a short period of time. You want to just let your breath be natural. Let the body be as relaxed as you can, because if there's any pressure in the muscles, it's going to prevent you from really, really chilling those relaxing muscles through the hips to get more space in there. So really pay attention to the body and trying to really soften the muscles as much as you can. If there's a little bit of tension or tightness, that's okay. Breathe through it. It'll start to loosen up. And then you'll notice after a minute or so, you'll be able to drop it a little bit deeper. And that's what we want. We want to be able to do that. If you have really open hips, here's your challenge. So you can start to bring the foot up, right? As you bring the foot up, that hip goes in deeper as you move down. So this is actually a great practice for doing a split. Now, we don't want to do a split. We don't need to do a split at our age, especially if we're older. There's no need for that, but it does help to open your hips up a little bit deeper. And if you have open hips and you have the capacity to bring that foot up, then certainly go into that space. Again, go where you're comfortable. And we're just going to take a little bit of time here and just relax. I'm not going to spend too much time here because I think that you can do that on your own. You could stay as long as you'd like. When you come up, you can bring the other foot up and you can give that quad a really beautiful stretch. So that right leg is really finding that really beautiful stretch here. And you can bring it in as deep as you can. If you can't lift it, that's okay. We don't have to do everything. And we're going to relax it. Good. And we're going to switch sides. Now, you will find a difference between the right and left side for sure. So get your position, figure out where you need any modifications. If you need to put something under your knee, you can even put a pillow underneath your chest. That works really well for bringing the body up so you can relax into it without holding tension. So if you can't go any deeper here or here, you can bring a pillow up and just surrender into that. Again, figure out where you need to put this foot if your hips are open or if you need it to tuck in near the groin. Find your breath and then start to relax into that stretch. Wow, that feels so great. It really does. I can hold it there for 5 minutes. It just feels so delicious. So I'm going to lift my other foot and I'm going to get a stretch in my quad. And I'm going to go where I feel a little bit of tension, where I feel that really beautiful stretch. Take a breath and release it. Good. I'm going to come into a tabletop, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a cat and cow. This should be a nice stretch to the spine, chin to the chest. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you bring it down. And we're going to go right into child's pose. And bring your your forehead to the floor and stretch those arms out nice. And really reach in those fingers as you expand through the upper back. And I want you to look forward on the floor and teepee your fingertips. And then open the knees a little bit. If you want to bring those knees wide, you can. And then find that beautiful stretch. It's a good stretch to the hips. And really a beautiful stretch for the shoulders and shoulder blades. And you're just looking forward as your fingertips are teepeed and you're just pressing towards the floor with your chest. And bring it up. Awesome job. Fantastic. I hope you like that. It's really nice to open up the hips for your day. If you're feeling really tight, that's a great way to get it nice and spacious through that area. I hope that helps. I hope you enjoy this practice. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Bye. Have a great day.